Cody, Phillips, Wilson, Maddison, yes, Gallagher. Where did Gallagher come from? I am both shocked and pleased at Gareth Southgate's England selection. He's been braver than me. He has been absolutely braver than me. I don't think there's many complaints here with this squad. There are some surprise options. Gallagher for me is the biggest shock. I just wasn't expecting him to be in there. Late yesterday evening there were rumours all over Twitter that Maddison hadn't made the squad, and I was just like, oh no. That for me would have been the biggest problem if it had been admitted. I'm glad now Maddison's included, and I just think this squad is set up. It's got a nice balance to it, hasn't it? So let's take a look. We're going to break it down from goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, all the way through to the forwards. We need a minute. Let's have a look. So Southgate's squad then, let's put it up on the screen now. The three goalkeepers, as expected, Pope, Pickford and Ramsdale. Nobody would have expected anything else. Pretty straightforward. Let's get on to defenders. You've got Trent, Cody, Dyer. Cody's the surprise option there. If you remember, I did want Cody in my squad, but I wasn't brave enough. I was not brave enough. I bowed to the peer pressure of people calling for Tomori, but I did have this to say on my selection video regarding Tomori. Tomori really isn't. He's not the saviour we all think he is. And Southgate's done what I wasn't brave enough to do. He's brought Cody in, and I think it's a good choice. From what I understand, he's great to have in the back room. He's going to be one that really bonds the team together. Not all of these 26 players will obviously play a part, so he's picking a squad, and I think it's the right choice. Tomori, for me, I'm not saying he's crap, but he's just not the article that I think a lot of England fans think that he is. I don't think he's any stronger than some of these other centre-backs, and for me, Cody goes. If he's that much of a positive influence within the dressing room, I think that's a good choice from Gareth Southgate. So yeah, as I said, Dyer, Maguire's going. Obviously, I think no need to mention that at all. Never in doubt. Shaw, Stones, Trippier, Walker. I think it was obvious when Reece James tweeted that he wasn't going to the World Cup. I think that cemented Walker as probably the only injury doubt player going, along with Calvin Phillips. But Calvin Phillips now looks to be fit and well. Walker's versatility though, his ability to play at centre-back, pushed him ahead really, hasn't it? And I think it's a good choice. He seems like he's ahead of schedule. So Walker going, great choice from Southgate. And Ben White, fully deserved, been one of England's best performing defenders, centre-back, right-back, wherever you play him. Well done, Gareth Southgate, for picking Ben White. If you're looking at this then, who are the full-backs? So obviously you've got Luke Shaw at left-back. Is Kieran Trippier probably going to play left-back now? Walker, maybe Ben White to play right-back. There is options there now. Obviously we've got Trent. I'm not ignoring Trent, but I don't think Southgate trusts him. Neither do I. But that's a good solid defence for me. Centre-back, we all know it is our weakest area. We haven't really got good centre-backs, have we? It's just as simple as that. Stones is arguably our strongest. Dyer's probably going to be pushing himself up there to start, but I think that's England's best defence. I really do. I don't see Tomori as this all-saviour centre-back, this wonderful player. I think he's a good player, but for me, I think he's made the right choice, so well done, Southgate. In midfield, now this has really got me going. When I saw this, I saw Bellingham, obviously, so I thought, yes, fine, fantastic. I saw Rice, brilliant, fantastic. Henderson, not a surprise choice, so all going well. Obviously, Mason Mount as well, you fully expected his name to be there. But then I saw two names, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I started to think Phillips was going to make it, if I'm honest with you. Again, rumbles on Twitter. These one proved right, that Phillips looked like he was going to make the squad, and he has. You can understand why, given the fact that we have got limited options in that holding midfield. Gareth Southgate likes him. He trusts him. He obviously bonds well with the rest of the squad as well. And I can't complain Phillips not, being selected. You got to remember he was England's Player of the Year not too long ago. So he's there as a Southgate favourite, but he's earned that over the time with England. Southgate knows these players better than what we do. But when I saw Gallagher and Phillips on there and no Maddison, I was thinking it was right. Twitter was right. Maddison hasn't made the squad. I wasn't expecting to find Maddison on the attackers. That's where England put him on this list. But I was looking for him in midfield, and when I saw those two, I thought those two have gone ahead of him. I was a bit like, oh no, Maddison's not going. And I was going to be a bit miffed, if I was honest with you. But then looking here at the forwards, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, Raheem Sterling, Callum Wilson, brilliant choice. Has been probably the best English striker in the league over the past few weeks. It certainly is his most recent form that has pushed him through ahead of Tony. Remember, Southgate's had a look at Tony. He didn't play it, but he's had a look. There's obviously other stuff going off in the background with Ivan Toney. And I think Callum Wilson's a good choice. He's confident, he's scoring goals, he looks a threat for Newcastle. I can't complain. Really good pick from Gareth Southgate. And then I saw Maddison. I mean, thank God he's going. It would have been the one issue I would have had with this squad if Maddison wouldn't have made it. He is England's best midfielder. He is. It'd have been a travesty if he wasn't in. I'm so glad he's made this squad. So pleased. And that, looking at the squad as a whole, I think's a brilliant squad. Looking at the players who's missed out then, the most obvious ones are Tomori at centre-back. You could argue he's unlucky. But for me, I agree with Southgate. I don't think Tomori's a sort of singing or dancing centre-back, our saviour. And I think those other players will do just as good of a job as him. So I've got no complaints there. The other obvious omission is James Ward-Prowse in central midfield. Gallagher getting in above James Ward-Prowse. Now that is a shock. That is a shock. James Ward-Prowse, I believe, is 28, so he's probably, after this World Cup, only got one more World Cup in him if he's still playing at the top of his game. Conor Gallagher's only 22. Gallagher or Ward-Prowse, neither of them were playing many minutes or any minutes at this World Cup if they were going. They're essentially going for backup. I think, looking at this, take the 22-year-old. Gallagher potentially has another 3 World Cups ahead of him. This is obviously going to be a great experience for him. And I think Southgate's just simply looking towards the future. If a midfielder's 28 and they can't get in the squad, why not take a younger player, get them that experience of going into a major tournament? And I think that's the reasoning behind this. Tammy Abraham obviously is one that missed out as well, but people are saying his form hasn't been as good as what it has been. I think Wilson has been a better player this season. Newcastle are flying, so he's flying. And that's it really. You know, other than injuries, Chilwell and Reece James obviously would be walking straight into this squad if they were fit. They're not. But other than injuries, I think this is England's best possible squad. I'm so buzzing for this World Cup now. Absolutely buzzing. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. Let me know what you think below. I want to know your thoughts. Having a brief look online, I think the biggest disappointment amongst a number of fans is Tomori not being included. But I've got no complaints there at all. So whatever you think, get behind the lads now. 10 days until the World Cup. This is the squad that's going. Let's support them. I think that squad has the potential, if they all play to the full potential, to do very well in this tournament. That squad should comfortably qualify from this group. So come on, England. Well done, Southgate. I think he's been brave in some decisions here. I think he's got it right. I think he's got this one right. So well done to him. And come on, England. Bring on the World Cup. 10 days. Let's have you. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.